Doing today on Tuesday. I'm not usually here on Tuesday, but I forgot to scope yesterday at 1:30. Welcome, Lauren. We had some company. Hey, Rachel. And we had a kind of a crazy day, and I didn't shower and all that stuff. And I thought about scoping early in the day, even had on the calendar, but then I forgot. So here I am on Tuesday at 1:30. This is Katie M. Reed of katiemreed.com. You're getting a great shot of our orange shag carpet here. Oh, thanks. Yep, we posted a picture of the kids in their Star Wars gear today because we are going in a couple hours. We're so excited. I'm gonna turn it around here. Hey, you might hear some Jedis. Hey, Joyfully Thrifty, welcome. You might hear some Jedis up in the loft. They're supposed to be quiet, but I don't think it's happening. They're pretty geared up. But anyway, welcome. I'm Katie M. Reed from katiemreed.com, and I'm a writer, speaker, singer, and photographer, and a wife and a mom. And I usually on Mondays give you a Monday message. And today we are talking about reflections, celebrations, losses, and of course, the force, right? So starting about reflections, my friend Kate Motong, love her, she has this awesome post kind of reflecting on different things she wrote this year, and then she shares her most popular posts, and she did this last year as well, and I just love the idea. So I have mine coming up next week. You can stay tuned for that, and I'm sharing some of the favorite things I read on the web this year. I tried to keep a list, kind of a running list going so that I didn't panic when it came time to write the post. And then I'm sharing some of the posts that you guys read the most or liked the best. A little surprising, a couple of them, but hey, that's what Google Analytics said. So anyways, just it's a great time of year to reflect back on what the year has been like. How many of you write like Christmas letters? And I'm not talking about like signing your name or, you know, sending a pre-done thing, which that's fine, but I'm a word girl. And so I love getting the letters where it tells things that people have done. And so I'm hoping to do one this year. I haven't last couple of years. It can be expensive, right? So, but anyway, I'm hoping to write one because we had some big things going on this year. And I'm just reflecting on that and just all the things that God has done in his faithfulness, even when things are hard. But I have exciting news. I've been talking about it a little bit. But speaking of reflections, remember I told you on January 8th, a book that I am in, Tales of Our Lives by Matilda Butler, will release on Amazon. And there are 2 volumes. It's an anthology of women's memoirs, different you know, each person tells one story, so it's not like each person's story isn't super long. There's like, I think 40 authors in one and maybe 38 in the other, but it also gives you great writing tools to help write your own memoir. So the volume I am in is Tales of Our Lives, Reflection Pond. See what I did there? My hubby's always doing that. Like he'll take something he's talked about and blend it with something else. He's like, see what I did there? So I'm imitating him. But so reflections we're talking about today. So Tales of Our Lives, Reflection Pond by Matilda Butler. And I'm in there with an article, an essay called Extra Salt on the Fries. And I hope it will make you laugh and maybe make you cry. It's about my brother who has Down syndrome and some of his antics when he worked at the Golden Arches. So I hope that you will buy a copy. It's an ebook, and it's only going to be 99 cents for the first 48 hours. So if you guys can help me get the word out, that would be so fun. I'm a little bit giddy, you know, that I'm going to be in a published book, so that is lots of fun. So reflections, celebrations. Many of us are getting ready to have celebrations with family. We had part of ours already earlier this year, and it was so nice. It was way less stressful to do it early, and we had a great time. But as we gather together, you know, there's lots of different dynamics that comes together, right? And if you're a part of the Cheerleaders for Christ page that's a part of Purposeful Faith, I talked a little bit about today how, you know, there are sometimes some hard to love people were around, or some people that your personalities kind of clash. But you know what? God gave us so much grace in Jesus by sending his son, so we need to give grace to other people too. I am preaching loud and clear to myself here, but the enemy's going to try to get there and stir things up, I'm sure, at your gatherings, whether it's a work gathering or family gathering or getting together with friends, and just be mindful of the schemes. I was telling the kids this the other day. We had our Christmas play, the Yes of Christmas, and it went great, and actually on Saturday we had dress rehearsal. And then the kids were kind of, bickering and whatnot. And I said, guys, we need to be mindful because the enemy's not really excited that we're telling people about Jesus. And so he's going to do whatever he can to get us to hurt each other's feelings or, get us discouraged. And so we just need to be aware of his schemes. And sometimes that's half the battle. If we go into these celebrations knowing, hey, the enemy doesn't like it that we're all gathering together and loving on each other. And so we just need to be aware of that. And I am not great at this, but trying to be flexible because everyone does things in different ways, right? And so for tightly wound women, we got to let go of that control and, once again, preaching to myself loud and clear. Sometimes at your gatherings, maybe you are grieving or someone else there is grieving, and it can be hard because you want to be sensitive to that, but you don't want to put all your focus on that and make the person uncomfortable. And so as you're going through your celebrations, be mindful of losses that people are experiencing, and then also again, extend that grace. I shared the story about on Cindy's Scope last week of how my sister-in-law had made me this quilt while we were waiting to adopt, and how it was just such this beautiful gift of grace that I could actually cover myself with while we were grieving. So if you're gathering around those that are grieving or you're grieving yourself, there is grace for you. It's okay to cry on Christmas and not, it not be with joy. It's okay. I think about, we gained so much when God sent Jesus, but I wonder if there was some sadness there too. I mean, I don't know all the theology of it, but God knew that when he was sending Jesus, he knew what was coming. Not everyone else in the story knew necessarily what was going to happen. They didn't know what was going to happen, although there's prophecy and that kind of thing. And hey, Audie, welcome. And I saw Audie, if it's okay, I hope, give me permission. Audie had lost, I think, a cousin several years ago, and I saw her posting that. And this holiday season can bring up those losses. I know my friend Cindy, her fiance died years and years ago around this time. And my friend Angela, her cousin, died a couple years ago as well. And it's hard to navigate it because there's so much joy, but there's also pain, and it's all kind of mixed together. My friend Kate, too, lost her mom, and I'm sure she had said the other day, I just wish I could call up my mom to help me with recipes. I think that was around Thanksgiving. And so hug your loved ones tight. Don't feel like you just have to put on a happy face at these celebrations. You can be honest, but also I pray that you will find the joy in the season and see the gifts that are all around, not just under the tree, but in smiling faces or in yummy food or in the music. We don't have snow here. We have lots of rain. I'm really hoping it snows, but even if it doesn't, just celebrating all those little ways that God loves us. Now, the last thing is the Force, right? So we're going to see Star Wars, The Force Awakens. And let me just tell you, I like to write kind of poetically. I don't know if I accomplish it or not. I hope I do. But anyway, I just love that title, The Force Awakens. I mean, come on, that'll preach, right? And so I just think sometimes in our country we are lulled into this numbness and this apathy. And you know what? There's a battle going on in the heavenlies. And we, need to wake up, put our armor on, again, preaching myself, put our armor on, tell the Lord he has the right to control and trust that he is battling for us. He will fight for us, but we need to be aware that we're in a battle. If you're, a soldier and you're out in the field and you just wake up like you're going to go watch Sunday cartoons or Saturday cartoons, it's like you're going to be in a real pickle. It's like we've got to be aware that there's a war going on. And I just love that thought of, man, the Force Awakens. God is on the move, whether we realize it or not. He is working all the time. And I think about that story. I hope I don't get it wrong. When I think it's in Daniel when they were praying and waiting for the messenger to come or something. I'm probably getting this totally wrong. Sorry, forgive me. But basically the point is, I think it was Michael perhaps, was deterred because he was fighting spiritual battles. And it's like, if the angels, have to get through some battles, it's like, it's just that picture of there's more going on than we can see. And so my prayer as we enter into this new year is that our souls would awaken. It's like dry bones awake, I just love that story in Ezekiel where the dry bones started coming to life and the breath was in them and all that kind of stuff, the rattling of the bones. It's like when I go to see Star Wars, I'm always looking for the deeper meaning, and then maybe I'll write a blog post about that or whatever. But it's looking for that spiritual meaning of like there is a war going on, a war against good and a war against evil. And I want my soul to awaken to the power of the Lord and to stand not on my own strength, but knowing that He's got this, we know that how the story is going to end, right? But I think sometimes we think we have all this time and we have all this time to figure things out. But you know what? The time is now. We're in a battle. I just heard an advertisement for War Room. How many of you are purchasing that DVD? And it was just talking about we do our fighting on our knees. When we pray for, against what's going on with ISIS, it's like our prayers are making it around the globe. We might not set foot on that soil over there, but our prayers in the heavenlies, things are happening. And so I just want to encourage you, don't get in a food coma over break, but let's be prayerful. Let's be aware of the spiritual battle that's going on. As we reflect, let's celebrate. Let's help comfort those who have losses, and let's ask the Lord to awaken our spirits to His purposes. Each of us has something that He has asked us to do. It's our part in the battle. And you might be like, okay, Katie, how is changing a poop or diaper part of the battle? But as you are faithful in the small, He will bless that. And if you're a writer and you're writing a post, you have no idea the power that those words can have. Or if you are taking out people's trash, whatever you are doing, do it unto the Lord. Do your part in the story and don't live with regrets. So there you go. Lots of stuff for you today on this Monday message that's actually on Tuesday. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. If you go over to the blog today, katiemreed.com, I'm sharing a spoken word that I did about a month ago. Some of you saw it who are on Periscope, but you can read the text there if you want to. And I hope that you can hear the passion in my voice of God has placed things in your hands to do. Even if you're homebound, you can pray. Even if you're in the job for it, you can have a huge impact, whatever it is. And so that's what that's all about. And then I'll be back on Christmas Eve with a post. And Adam and I should be here Wednesday night for a special edition of Stop Hammock Time Fireside, right? So thanks for joining me today. Have a wonderful day. I'm Katie M. Reed from Katie